everybody, brothers, sisters in Christ, Patriot Americans, Gentiles, Jews. Hey, welcome to this. Again, I'm sitting down because I've just got some pain in my, what would you call that? What's that area called? Ribs. And so it's in the back. So it's causing me some pain getting up and down. So I wanted to get with something today, and because it's something that's been on my mind for a long time now, and especially since the creation of AI is here. And we're going to talk just briefly. It's going to be a really short one, and we're going to talk about things that are good and evil. Okay, and I've been listening to Christian talk show hosts, pastors talk about AI, and you probably, if you've heard some of this too, they only talk about the evil, okay, and sometimes the focus is too much on the evil of things, and we all keep everything in mind that most of these things that were made. I mean, okay, the A bomb was made for a good purpose, okay. It ended World War II pretty much, okay. Yeah, it's a very destructive device, and the evil was right behind us and making it, and they would have used it on us. Okay, God makes everything for a good purpose. Okay, and I believe this with anything. It's the devil that turns it into something evil. Let's take example, beer. Okay, beer, wine, alcohol. God created this, and it was made for good reasons, okay? It's just the devil came along and made it into bad reasons, like partying and getting drunk, and people are just out of their mind when they've had too much to drink, okay? And they do stupid things. Actually, it causes more sin. Pizza. I know you're sitting there thinking, Craig, pizza can be evil. Yes, it can be. If you were to eat pizza every day, 3 days and 3 times a day, you turn into a glutton, and your body is just crap, because it's not meant to have pizza 3 times a day. Now, when I talk about pizza, I'm not talking about a salad on a crust. That's not pizza. I'm talking about stuff that's pepperoni and sausage and bacon and Canadian bacon and all that good stuff. Now, hey, I go to Barro's Pizza, and I love their white sauce pizza, and I usually will have some mushrooms on it, some tomato, extra garlic, and just like half as much pepperoni and sausage. It's actually a really super good pizza. If you're in Arizona or California, Barro's or Lamppost, they're both from the Barro's family from Chicago, and it's Italian, and it's excellent food there. Okay, but these things were not, even though they're good and we love them. I love pizza; it's my favorite food. I could eat it all, once a week. I don't. I do once a month, just because if I was in my 20s and 30s, it'd probably be once a week. But being 60s and with some internal organ problems, I also have a problem with my piano. No, I'm just kidding. I have some internal organ problems with my stomach and liver, anyway, digestive system. But so we have to think about this, like going through the years. Cars were were made for a good reason, and transportation and the growth of economies and stuff like that. Cars are not a bad thing. I mean, you think about how long the combustible engine has been around. It's been around for a long time now, and yet, our clouds aren't full of smoke and poisonous gases and stuff. And we get up into today and planes and jets and stuff, and then the internet. Okay, well, we'll get more into today's thing. But when we get into the internet was created for a great thing, and computers and stuff, excellent tools. I've been using computers now for oh boy, 40 years now I've been using computers, and to me, it's a good thing. It helped me do my job. It helped me earn a very good living, and I had fun at it. You know, in engineering, you know, I will say this, and all the time, the 40 years I did engineering, the one thing I always kept saying, almost every morning as I walk into that office, get into my cubicle, put that computer on, and start drawing stuff and designing stuff. The one thing I kept thinking was this: they pay me to do this. They pay me good money to do this. And it's something that I loved my job. I loved going to work every day and creating stuff, designing stuff, and working with people and stuff. I can't believe I got paid for that. Okay. And the thing is I found something that I was passionate about, and something you've got to learn in life. You know, you can't just take a job and keep a job because it pays the bills. You really should find something that you're good at, that you're passionate about, because that's where you're going to get your most success. You younger folks, this is what you've got to figure out early. Okay. But the internet and information and getting information, you got to remember the internet is an information tool. Okay. But even that turned into the wrong information, such as porn and all sorts of other stuff. Okay. I don't need to go any further than that, you know. But that is a case where it was made for good things, and it was good. And then it's turned to something totally bad. I still remember the time, man, when Hotmail first came out, I got Hotmail, and I still have that Hotmail account. I just remember it was just, hey, you could send emails all day long. And now look at it. It doesn't matter where you go. You've got all these GIFs and video popping up here and there, all this advertising and stuff like that, which, guess what? Is irritating as it is, it's still a good thing, because people are advertising. I don't know about you, but there has been some of those advertisements. I click on those. If it's something I'm interested in, I will click on them. I will check it out. Because I know I advertise on there as well. And I want people to check out my advertising. So it's a good thing, but it turned into some bad things. Now it's the porn on the internet and stuff. And it's turned in, some of it's turned into some really disgusting stuff. And then I still think about the old time chat rooms and stuff back in the 90s and 2000s. And there was some pretty fun stuff on there. I got involved in some chat rooms and stuff. That there was some really fun stuff. I know the one site that I used to go into, they used to have a list of categories on there. And there's this one, it's called Your Mama's So Fat Jokes. And I got on there and I was paying attention to what some of the people were writing. There was this one guy that was just killing everybody. And then I stepped in. But so now let's fast forward into today and AI. And I will tell you, AI is a good thing. Okay? There is some good things about AI. Now, the one thing I do not like about AI is the fact that it's actually replacing people skills with computer skills. Okay? And because this is happening, it's turning into something bad. AI is going to take over jobs. And those jobs, I've already seen this in some things that I'm doing right now, that it can do a better job than people that went to, let's say, Harvard and got a doctorate degree at Harvard, or one of the other Ivy League schools, or even Notre Dame, right? Notre Dame's, they got a great education program. Yeah, Notre Dame, maybe. But the thing is, it's replacing that. And that's a problem because I can really see how this can turn into a society where everybody has the same amount, unless you're an elitist and you have all this money, you're not worried about it. But we're talking about not the 10 to 15% of people in the world. We're talking about those other 85%, let's say in America, because I don't live in other countries. But in America, how it can replace jobs. And when we're talking about some very, very, like attorneys and stuff, it can replace them. Okay? So we're talking about across the board. It doesn't matter what your career is, where you went to college, it's replacing that. I see some of this in the college educations that are being funded now, and people are going to college for now. Once they're done with college, they don't have a career because what they learned in college is available on AI. And so they went to college for no reason. And it's replacing a lot of that. And it's showing you exactly where this world is headed into a one world government where everybody is at the same level. There's no medium. There's high, but there's small amounts of people up here. Everybody else is going to be down here. They're going to be controlled. 15-minute cities, things like that. I know I've heard 15-minute cities. It may be a half hours, but it's going to be a close proximity, and you're not going to be able to go travel all around the world unless it's like getting a permit. That you've got to get permits to travel and do whatever because you're going to be under a different scrutiny of a government controlling everything you see, everything you do, everything you eat. I mean, if that pizza we were talking about, having that 3 times a day, you're not going to be able to do that. That'd be considered a reward. Well, heaven forbid you be rewarded. But the thing I'm trying to get at is that AI has some great purposes and that are beneficial to the world. The problem is it's just now starting to get the point where it's getting into that evil part, and it's starting to take control of certain things. It's starting to take control of jobs. Okay, that's where it's going to start because the information that it holds is much greater than somebody that went to Harvard for 10 years. Okay, the information's greater than that already, and we're 5 years into it, maybe. Okay, can you imagine what it's going to be next year? It's going to be unbelievable. So now as we're sitting there, it's taking over jobs. What's next? What's the next level? And then the final level is going to take over everything. And that's going to be where the Antichrist is in. And he's going to have control over everything, over the money, everything. Because that AI technology, as it gets into the quantum and all this other stuff, it's going to have control of everything electronically through one central place. Now, I have believed this for, 30 some years I've been a Christian. And I always wondered back then, well, how are they going to do that? Not everything's under control, digitally or electronically. Yeah, it is now. For the first time in the history of this world, everything is being controlled electronically. Even cash money is still controlled digitally. Because when you go, think about it, you go to a store, you get yourself a Big Gulp or a drink or a soft drink, or you go to Buc-ee's and get the pizza or their jerky, and you pay cash for it. Well, that still goes into a register that is what? Digitally ran. It's hooked and connected to a computer that knows how much is in that register, what's in there cash wise, what's in their receipt wise for credit cards, Debit cards, no matter what it is, it knows everything that is in that register. It goes in and out of it too. But so we're in the first time in the world, we're seeing that AI is starting to control everything digitally in the information. And if the wrong evil people get into it and they can out AI you, I know I've heard people say, well, because of this, that the nuclear thing is going, nuclear weapons and stuff are gonna, go away. Well, no, I don't think they're ever going to go away. I think it's a matter of an AI quantum system that's able to hack in to these nuclear codes and database systems and take control of them, so you can't use them. So it's still in play. It'll always be in play. It'll never go away. It's just how it's controlled will be different, and who controls it. So that's it with the AI, and then we can get into the people aspect of it, and then we'll summarize this and go out and enjoy our day. We get into the people aspect of it, and it's the same thing. Okay, machines, houses, cars, jets, food, these things aren't evil. It's the people. The bottom line, it's people. The evil in people's heart is what makes these evil, because they sit and devise these things to be evil because they're evil, and they don't care about you. They don't care if you perish or you get AIDS or whatever. They don't care about that. They just want to spread their evil, and they're making a ton of money on it. But it comes down to people. People is what makes things evil. The evil in their heart. And because they are willingly in desire to be evil and to put evil out there, to follow evil and not good, because they're just evil people, which I can't even imagine the level of evil that's in this world right now, considering people and considering the demonic warfare that's going on right now in this world. Okay, so just in a short summary, again, folks, these things, AI, they're nothing to fear. The problem is people, and it's people that makes these things evil, not the stuff or the device. Okay, it's people, and they need prayer, and they need to get saved too. Don't wish them to hell, because that is against God's will. God says that He wishes that none will perish, and we should be in agreement with Him. By wishing somebody to hell is not a good. That's evil, and we need to learn more about these things which are evil, and be the best Christian person that God wants us to be. Anyway, I hope this blesses you. You have a wonderful day, and that you pass this on. And I look forward to. I really think it's funny on these videos that people say, "Hey, I look forward to seeing you soon." I can't see you. I wish I could. I wish we had a two-way going here, and I could answer questions. We could talk, have a good time. That'd be awesome. But I can't see you. You only see me. So I look forward to the next time you can see me, and that you enjoy watching my videos, and you gain some knowledge that you can turn into wisdom by applying it. Have a great day.